from an African perspective, 30.5% according to Boardroom Diversity Index report speaks that, every 1 in 4 board directors in Africa is female, which is very interesting. Maybe there are not too many boards, I'm not quite sure, but it's a good figure to embrace and use as a stepping stone. But closer home in the Kenyan context, we have a number of initiatives or things or models that really we should be able to take advantage of. And yet we find ourselves not quite, taking full advantage of those. Maybe I'll speak to 3 things. There is the Constitution of Kenya, 2010. The country's supreme laws mainstream gender equality by stipulating that no more than 2/3 representation by either gender in any institution. That is a fact. And we find that, a lot of the time, it's a fact that we don't take full advantage of. And perhaps as women, as different bodies, as different organizations, both from the public and the private sector, we just need to push that agenda to make sure that that representation is actually taken up as per the laws of Kenya. We also have the Capital Market Authority. In 2025, the CMA issued the Code of Corporate Governance Practices for Issuers of Security to the Public, which stipulates that the appointment of board members shall be gender sensitive and shall not be perceived to represent a single or narrow constituency interest. Now, again, it's something that we've started to see, different groups of women coming together, women in boards, organizations, just making sure that we can push that agenda more aggressively. And I think by and large, women are beginning to put their hands up because of the different webinars, conversations that are taking place. Women struggle with being able to articulate their, the force of their CVs. A lot of times we hide things because we think that perhaps we're boasting free to speak too much, but this is an opportunity again, that is clearly stipulated under the Capital Market Authorities that we can be able to sit on the boards and provide our views in a more productive manner. I think the third one for us is the Nairobi Securities Exchange, which I spoke about earlier a little bit with the initiatives that we have jointly put together with them. And the NSC places special focus on enhancing gender equality among listed companies such as ABSA Bank, and undertakes key initiatives towards achieving gender equality. Every year, NSC joins over 75 stock exchanges globally to ring the bell for gender equality. That cannot be taken for granted. We need to be able to take advantage and perhaps influence the different corporates that we find ourselves with to ensure that we can then follow through with the agenda of empowering more and more women in their companies, getting to their boards, and just the constitute of their organizations.